The possibility of jail time for Elon Musk, who's now backed out of his deal to buy Twitter. Backing out allows him to pocket $8 billion in cash from selling Tesla stock and having become a household political name. Philip Turner's here, former federal prosecutor, now famed defense attorney. All right, so Musk has obviously a lot of attorneys on staff and is hiring more. Should he include some criminal defense counsel as this goes on?
Well, I think it's always good to have the advice of criminal defense counsel, always good. But I think any prosecution here is extremely unlikely. I think there will be civil lawsuits, of course, because that's what people do in order to try to get leverage and get some money and get some money back. But I think the prospect of a criminal prosecution is extremely, extremely unlikely. I think maybe what that fellow was referring to is if there's an order for him to pay and you defy the court order, well, then, as with any court order, you could be held in contempt. And part of contempt is sometimes incarceration to coerce compliance with the order. But other than that, I think it's unlikely. But as I say, it's always good to have.
Yeah, no, it's always good. And he obviously has the best legal minds. This is what I'm thinking about, though. He buys into Twitter, announces he has this big position. Twitter price goes up. But at the same time, he was selling Tesla stock to the tune of $8 billion to finance this takeover of Twitter. Since then, Tesla stock has gone way down, but he was able to cash out when it was a lot higher. And I'm wondering if there is not some kind of criminal liability for him. If he knew that this was just all this big ploy to basically create a cover story for selling Tesla stock high before it crashed, there'd be a lot of reasons for people to be really angry with him.
Certainly. And federal prosecutors can craft a fraud case out of basically anything. So if they want to create something like that, they could. They definitely could. And then try to indict him on it. So that's the prospect that he has to be concerned about. And you may see an investigation, possibly, and they'll want to talk to people around him and see what he said to try to get at his intent at the time. But I'm sure that he will marshal all the documents and people to say, well, he was in good faith trying to pursue this. And then he just couldn't because of, contractual provisions that Twitter wanted or various things, and he couldn't do it. But he was marshaling the funds and doing it in good faith. So it's all a matter of his intent. And that's what it is with all of these kinds of white collar matters. But as I say, I'm sure he will have some criminal defense counsel with him, just as long as it's someone who knows what they're doing.
I guess when I go to the next point about him doing this, so much of his arguments with Twitter have been on Twitter. And if you think this doesn't affect you, almost every 401k or retirement fund you have has Tesla stock in it. How much of him using this for his own personal notoriety and gain can be used against him?
Well, I mean, prosecutors always look at things in the worst possible light. So they will try to use everything possible they can against him. As one person once said, the federal prosecutors look out the window, they don't see the beautiful view, they see the dirt on the window. So I'm certain that they will, if they look at this thing, they'll try to construe those things that somehow his intention was to defraud, his intention was to make himself even more wealthy than he is, which is sort of unimaginable. But that will be the tack they will take. But I think it's unlikely. I think what we'll see is probably a barrage of civil lawsuits of all sorts and requests for injunctions and all kinds of litigation like that. And a lot of lawyers will make a lot of money very quickly. That's
isn't that always the truth? The lawyers always make the money in the end, no matter what.
That's true.
And you know what? The reason we'll always have you on is because you tell the truth. We appreciate it. It's good to see you.
Nice seeing you. See you soon.
Thank you. Thanks for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to subscribe. Click the red button to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.